Yo, what up, is Don.
Is Emily here?
We are the Soul Brothers. Soul Squad.
What up?
Notification boys.
What is up?
Let's step into this video. We play basketball at a little gym called 24 Hour Fitness, okay? They're trying to cut costs, so what they've done is they replaced the hardwood with just dirt. It's just a dirt lot. Okay, it's still indoors, so technically we're playing indoors, but it's just on full dirt. There's gravel even. You got tumbleweeds, and there's starting to be critters in there, squirrels and whatnot, prairie dogs. So you got, sometimes you're crossing up, you might even cross up a prairie dog.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But no, it's despicable sometimes in our court. And I know a lot of you guys must feel the same because you're not all playing on pristine courts all the time. More of your average ballers or even elite ballers that have to train in a gym that's not, you know, polished, waxed, you know what I mean? So what are the best shoes for dusty conditions? And also, I'm even going to say, you know, a little bit of dry conditions.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
goes
that
hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand. You know, dry conditions, if it's not too humid in your court, that can affect the traction a lot too. So,
yes.
See, these are some of the best tractions for those conditions.
And this is a sad video to do because I think all shoes should have great traction.
Yeah. It's really not that hard to do. And all these companies have done it.
Exactly.
But then they misstep, and then they made another good shoe with good traction, and then they fuck it up, and then
I don't understand that to me is not excellence.
Yeah.
You know, if you have an excellent testing program, if you guys actually cared about your product and how they performed, they would all have good traction.
Yeah.
The traction is cushion is subjective.
That's step one.
Exactly. Like,
And you can't test the traction just in pristine conditions.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this shoe is for Damian Lillard. Well, Damian Lillard's not stepping foot on a dusty court.
Exactly.
He's not doing it. So you got to have people in the streets doing work.
Yes. You
So
know what I'm saying?
let's hop right in. What do we have? We have seven?
Yes.
Top
Alright,
7.
So 7.
And all these, most of these shoes are, you know, we didn't include any shoes that are like kind of not way out. You know, you can still get most of all these shoes.
Yes.
Some of them are a little harder to get because they're a little older.
Yes.
So starting with number 7,
It's the Harden Volume 1.
Harden Volume 1. That's a
Yes.
brand new shoe that you can cop.
It's a very nice traction. Stopping power is really hard. Dust is very good. One thing that's kind of annoying though, it does get stuck a little bit, but you have to wipe.
Dust does.
Yeah, it gets stuck a little bit, but you have to wipe very lightly,
Yeah.
and you don't have to wipe very often.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna have some dust getting on your outsole, if you're able to wipe and it's an easy wipe, you know what I mean, then that's not too bad.
And another thing is, it doesn't slip out. You
Yeah.
know, on even on a dusty court, there's a lot of shoes that it's really good on a clean court, but once you put dust on it, it slips out everywhere and you're slipping all over the place. This shoe, even if dust gets on it, you don't slip out. You slip out like a little bit more, but you don't do like a little, like, you know, your foot just completely goes off the floor, you know. So that's why the Harden Volume 1 is number 7.
Yeah. All right, number 6 is gonna be one of my favorite shoes ever, and that's the Jordan 30. Okay, that's a translucent outsole, which sometimes we're a little bit worried about because we've had some bad
Skepticism.
we're a little skeptic because we've had some bad experiences with a lot of translucent outsoles, like the Jordan 31, which is weird, you know. But the Jordan 30 is just nasty. The bite is nuts. It's very, very thick pegs, and the bite is crazy. Dust is very, very well minimal. If you do have to wipe, you're playing outside in a dust bowl or something, you know, you might have to wipe every now and then, and it's pretty easy to wipe.
Yes.
So that's number 6.
Yes. Now number 5, we have mixed feelings with because it depends on the colorway, and it's the Curry 2. So I have the All-Star color. I have a lot of Curry 2s. I have the All-Star colorway, the Batman colorway, the fucking Iron Sharpens Iron, the Gray Storms,
BHM.
the BHM. I have a lot. All right. The best performing one for me was the BHM. The worst one was the All-Star because it was a translucent, picked up a shit ton of dust. But the BHMs were amazing. You know, the stopping power was good. I did not have to wipe a lot. Even if dust got on it, it did not slip out a lot, or at all. It didn't slip out at all. It just made it slide like an inch more or whatever, you know, which is kind of annoying, but you can slightly do a light wipe, you know. So, and you had your, you know.
Yeah, I have the iron sharpens iron, which is great, but not as good as my professional colorway, which is a gray outsole.
Yes.
The shoe is black, but it has a gray outsole. And that's like some of the top 3 traction I've ever had. But we can't put it up in the list because all the rest of the colorways, it's a little bit erratic, you know what I mean? So we kind of just even it out. And,
inconsistent.
yeah, a little bit inconsistent as far as the colors of the outsoles. So that's number 5.
Numero 5. Now moving on to number 4, it is a Kobe 11. It doesn't matter, EM, Elite.
Just no translucent.
No translucent.
However, I've been putting a lot more hours on my translucents. And they're breaking in better and better, but they're still nowhere near the Lower Merion colorway we have.
Oh my god.
The grays, those are gnarly.
Yes.
They bite, they stick really hard. If you do have to wipe occasionally, you just give it kind of a horizontal wipe because the traction is like lines. And
what I will say is it is a little bit hard to wipe off because it's the lines are very, very fine, and dust really gets stuck in there. You really have to get in there and wipe that dust off with your hand. Yeah. But dust doesn't get stuck on it as often as the other shoes mentioned before this. Yeah. So,
but you will, if you're in a real bad condition, you will have to wipe.
Yes, exactly.
It's not dust proof, as some of these next ones might be.
Yes, but it's still a really nice traction.
Yes.
And for dusty courts, it's very good. So, okay, now moving on to number 3. I will have to say it is the Kyrie 3.
Yep.
The Kyrie 3, I've been playing in it, and a lot more, and our courts have been shitty. You know, past few days have been really good because it's been raining and shit, but before that it was really, really bad. And the Kyrie 3 was basically the only shoe that was sticking, but it was still attracting dust. And it's a light wipe though. It's a light wipe. And you don't slip out at all. You just, you know, do that little slide like what I mean by slip out is it's really dusty and you go like this.
Your whole foot slides out. You could even fall.
Yeah, but when I mean that you just it doesn't slip out is you go like an inch or two. You know, slide because of dust. But anyways, stopping power is really hard. You still stop on dusty courts, of course, and it's a really light wipe. Very good traction for dusty courts. And also outdoor use.
Yeah, it's also one of the stronger outsoles for outdoor use. The durability is probably better.
Yes.
And not to mention the traction has some very, very cool design elements to it. You know, the pivot points and just the traction pattern itself is really amazing. So, all right, moving on to number 2 and number 1.
They're both amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So the Kyrie 2 and the D07. It definitely is not affected by dust.
No.
You know,
I don't think I've ever wiped my D Roses.
Yes, D Roses or Kyrie 2s, you know. Which is why I've been playing it for the past few weeks because it's been just so horrible that no other shoes were really sticking that you know. So it was annoying and I just want traction. So I've been playing those, you know. So dust, I would say these two, if you don't want any wiping at all, you should go with these two.
Yeah, these are no bullshit. You don't ever have to think about your traction.
Yes.
You step on the court and it's just gonna bite no matter what.
The Kyrie 2s are actually kind of scary how fucking fast they, you know, like,
you get on a court with good conditions and it's like gnarly.
Exactly, you know.
It's like gnarly stopping power.
Yeah, so I was playing on a dusty court, you know, the shitty conditions, and the Kyrie 2s are obviously sticking really well, right? And then it gets a little bit more humid, it starts raining, it's been raining here a lot. And then I go in and it's too fucking crazy, man. It stops way too hard.
You break your own ankles.
Exactly. So, anyways, just telling you guys how good the traction is. So,
but that's it. That's number 2 and number 1. Basically a tie. But this is an important video because I know a lot of you guys are balling in normal conditions to bad conditions. 24-hour fitnesses, you know, YMCAs, local gyms, whatever. They don't have the time to really, really wax their courts all the time. You know what I mean?
Or the money.
Or the money. Or the know-how. Nor do they give a fuck. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So, it's an important video.
Yes.
Traction is huge. That's step 1 in a basketball shoe.
Yes.
So,
we do have a consolation that we forgot to mention, and it is the Crazy Light Boost 2016. it didn't really make the list because it's not as good as the the shoes mentioned in the list, but
Right.
it's still really good.
It's still really, really good, yeah. So that's it. That's the top tractions for dusty to bad conditions on a hardwood court. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.
Peace.